Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play The Little Mermaid. In the last episode, we made it through the first two stages, and now it's time to take on Stage 3, the Sea of Ice. So without further ado, let's begin. There's a seashell, but when you get on dry land, you want to be very careful because, one, you'll take longer, slippier hops across when you hop in either direction, and two, you want to be able to get this seashell in your hands before it drops down into a pit. You could send the seashell into this chest to open it, but there's absolutely nothing in it. At this point in the game, there are several empty chests, and thankfully the position of them do not change. So if you can remember where they are, after playing through the game enough times, that's great. Get rid of this large seahorse, I think it's a swordfish, I can't tell, and open this one. Okay, it's just a large fish. Inside that chest is a red pearl. And sometimes there'll be a heart in that little nook there. Got ourselves a little corncob pipe. And might as well go ahead and get some more bonus points out of these little nooks. Now you could send the seashell to the right. We were going to use the left. Besides, there's already a boulder we can push anyway now that we have max power. And max range too. We finally finished that off with the first blue pearl that we found here. And if we push this boulder down here, we get nothing. So much for that. Let's go ahead and send this seahorse into this nook here. Sometimes you'll get a small heart out of that nook, other times you get a large one. But there's always a heart there, so take advantage of it if you need it. Let's go ahead and send this seashell into this chest right here for another blue pearl. Thankfully, this is the only chest in the area. And let's get down here. We have two chests. Not two chests, but two seashells that we can play around with. Here's what we want to do. We want to position yourself just right so we can do that. Then, we want to grab that seashell when we knock it down into the water before it hits the pit. You want to go all the way above this chest, hold down, press A. There is the red pearl. The other chest we just passed by does nothing, so we're not even going to bother with it. Let's grab this seashell. There's going to be two chests. Well, actually, just one. Inside is a blue pearl. And that's pretty much it for all the chests. All that's left is to just get through this area and take on the third boss of the game, which is the walrus. You're going to have to wait for it to send seashells at you, much like this. And you want to avoid the frozen fish, whether they're thawed or not, because you cannot attack the walrus with them, so don't even try. I've already got at least 2 hits on him on this cycle. You'll usually get 2 hits on him in one attack cycle. And he usually throws 5 things at you for every attack cycle. 2 of them are always going to be shells, so keep that in mind. You can just take care of them very easily. That's probably the fastest you can take care of that walrus. And stage 3 is cleared, and thanks to me looking for bonus items, we managed to find quite a good point bounty right there. Still need some more for another extra life, but hey, we're finally out of that icy terrain, but now we're kind of headed into the frying pan because now we have sea volcanoes to deal with. So we're going to have to be extra careful in Stage 4, the Undersea Volcano. And you're going to see craters in the ground. That's where the little magma fireballs are going to pop up out of there. And say hello to the prawn. Those guys are probably the most annoying enemies in the game. Believe it. Alright. Go ahead and send this enemy over here. You will usually find a heart in that nook, so take advantage of it. Here is a seashell. You want to send it to the left chest to get a red pearl. Now it's just time to get away from this prawn, get rid of them, and since we have max power, we can push these boulders away to get ourselves another extra life. So let's just do that. Why not? Alright. Want to be careful as we make our way over to the right. There's a chest there. And there's the seashell. Once you're able to figure out where the fireballs are going to be, this is pretty easy to do. Inside is a blue pearl. Just move carefully, know where the fireballs are going to be, know where the spaces between them are going to be, and you should be good. And more prawns. Those guys can actually dash right into you with no warning. So you want to be very careful when you take them on. And let's push this boulder into this chest and get another blue pearl. That other chest we passed by did nothing. And here is the boss for the 4 stays, the soldier fish. Want to send these fish at him. He takes 5 hits to the feet. You want to avoid the urchins that come out of the cannons as well. At least I had full health, or something close to it. So that made stage 4 pretty easy. Not much in the way of bonus points, but well, what can you do? We are now in stage 5, Ursula's Castle, and it's going to be a bit of a maze. Sometimes you will walk through a door in a room, and when you walk back out the same door, you will be in a different place. But of course, being a kids game, it's not going to be that bad. And I want to send the boulder, not the boulder, but the barrel into this left chest. Red pearl. Right one contains nothing. Now here's a door with flashing eyes. To go into doorways, just stand right in front of the opening and press A. For this door, you'll be doing it once, twice, 3 times. You're done. Might as well go ahead and push this barrel away and get the free life. And throw this shell into the right chest. This gives us a blue pearl to play around with. Now let's get out of here. Those large fish will shoot out 4 smaller ones. Avoid those. Push this barrel down and to the right to get a red pearl. As for that other set, go left for a blue one. That is all the chests with treasures in them in the game. So I basically got all the treasures in the game. Kinda. Not counting the hidden ones in the nooks and crannies. Alright. Go through this door. Just follow the path. Go through here. And then go right and you're automatically at the boss. Want to be very careful here because you are taking on Ursula at last. Want to get either the fish or the seahorses, because those are the ones you can envelop in bubbles, encase them in bubbles, and just use them as weapons. You also want to avoid these little white puff balls that turn into enemies, because those things will hurt you. Oh boy, taking my time here. I have to hit her in her head several times before she finally Gives up the ghost. Definitely want to avoid the sea urchins, too. Wait for that fish to go away. And grab that pot. And we still get points for some strange reason. Oh, I can hold A to make that go faster. Good. Well, turns out that strange reason is because we have to take on Ursula again. Turns out she's even bigger. And believe it or not, she's actually easier to deal with than her first form, even though she has King Triton's trident. You'll actually have to send the fish into her face yet again. As for that zapping thing going on with her trident, all it does is just change the direction that the current pushes you. While there's really no hazard, like spikes or anything on either extreme side, it is easy to get hit by the fish the further you are away from the center. The further away you are from the center. Once again, I cannot speak to save my life. But even then, that's like barely even considered a nuisance, especially if you're like older than 10. And that's it. That's Ursula's second form. Even Dr. Wily is more challenging than that. In any Mega Man game. Well, our mission's done, but unfortunately we're stuck being a mermaid again, and Ariel's pretty sad. King Triton now has his trident back, and finally King Triton just feels for her, and finally changes her back into a human. And apparently, yeah, she's probably naked again in that scene. I don't know. At least her hair is covering her butt. Anyway, that's it. Ariel and Eric are reunited, and they finally marry. And with that, that's The Little Mermaid for NES. I had a good time with this game. I hope you did too. So hopefully I'll have another game lined up soon. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, and see you guys later!